what is going on? So, things may have gotten a little western. So I don't know if you'll be able to see or not. It's kind of bright. I can't really see. But I got a bit of a shiner. And what happened was, decided to hit a bit of a mud hole over the weekend. And, well, let's just say it hit back. And it hit pretty hard. Ended up tearing off the inner wheel yoke thing, come out the ball socket thing, broke the brake line thing, tore my steering stabilizer off, and the only way I can get the wheel off was to disconnect it. I tried taking all the lug nuts off, but for some reason this little guy is just stuck on there. I got the loose detachable drive shaft now. Yeah. So that has some chunks of metal stuck to it, which means it was probably just free spinning in there. I'm probably gonna have to do some investigating in there. But while that is kind of just in staging mode right now, might as well get back to the Ford. I finally got the pieces I need. For inside the valve cover. So I reckon I might get that squared away so I can have a vehicle to drive. My buddy's letting me borrow his Jeep right now. And back burner. So let's get into it. I'll get back more on the Jeep here in a little bit. Definitely will be a multi-part series on that. Alright, so I'm back to where I was when I left off. Valve cover opened up and scratching my head. I know y'all have been giving a whole lot of comments and I really appreciate that, and I wish I wasn't ADD to where I couldn't read all of them and write them down and form, normal sentences and, reply to them. But, I get stuff like the H-pop is messed up, which I actually just had changed prior to this. I went through 3 of them to get the right one. So I don't think that's it. Someone was saying stiction. I mean, these are pretty much brand new injectors. They're stage 1.25 injectors. I don't think they're sticking. It's too soon to have stiction. And actually before this, I used to run hot shot in my fuel tank, the stiction hot shot, before I even changed the injectors. Someone said the fuel socks or the fuel filters messed up. I actually pulled that tank prior to the injectors. Because the pickup tube was missing that little cone at the bottom, so I went and replaced that and cleaned the socks. I put new socks on there, so I don't think it's the fuel pickup. I mean, it could be the inline fuel pump underneath the frame by the driver's side, but every time I turn the key forward, I hear it run. It sounds great. I mean, I get good pressure. I even have the fuel crossover from Riff Raff with the highest setting. So I don't think it's a fuel pressure issue. As far as the crud in the bottom of the fuel bowl, when I took that out and I changed the fuel filter, I I don't know where that came from. That was kind of weird. I think it was that fuel filter starting to disintegrate because it's been in there so long. So I don't think it's anything other than just a bad connection with the wiring harness. That's why I got the new wire harness. I'm really hoping it's just the driver's side, because I don't want to take apart the passenger side. But I already took the air intake air line for the turbo off of there, the intercooler, just in case. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and snip off the old zip ties that I tried to make do a thing with this thing, which wasn't a thing. So, and try not to lose all of the brittle plastic pieces while simultaneously not trying to mess up the seal, because I didn't get a replacement that. It looks fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Just pieces of plastic going everywhere. It's so brittle and dry rot. It's just cracking. Oh, even a piece of this cracked off. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that, I feel like this could be the issue. Ah, there's so much plastic everywhere. Yeah, dang. So, I don't know if y'all can see that. The little connector. It's supposed to look like that. But yeah, it's just cracking apart. It's so brittle. So that could be a problem. Yeah, just pieces of it just falling off in my hands. So, yeet that. Now I gotta dig chunks of plastic out of my valve. Great. Big old chunks. My motor is gonna be mad. Just trying to eat pieces of plastic. Well, so there you have it. I didn't put the quarter in there. I don't know if I should or not. It was a bit of a bear to get this one glow plug on there, so I'm hoping there wasn't a piece of plastic stuck under there. Yeah, these all went on kind of easy, I mean, because this was kind of hard to start. I just started from this end, plugged these in, got that one in, plugged that in, and then so on and so forth. I guess I'm gonna do the other side. It's a punk, but you know, I guess do it now. Let's get it done. So passenger side, and you. This stupid fucking dipstick is being a dipshit. It's got the stud on it. I know I've taken it off before because I've changed out the injectors in this whole fucking row. So now I'm trying to break this dipstick holder off the dipstick. I broke the dipstick handle just from using the little ratchet, Fisher Price ratchet, just to try to break it off, and it just vibrated that thing to shit. So that's great. So now I'm gonna get medieval, and I'm gonna see if I can do something about that. So in this episode of I'm a fucking idiot, I put this on here because I was getting ready to go do some stupid stuff to get this bracket off of here, and by doing so, I pushed the damn dipstick all the way down the fucking hole. I'm a fucking idiot. Problem meets problem solved. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so full disclosure, I actually put the valve guard back on because it wasn't recording. It was on photo. One thing I hate about these DJI action cams is you push the power button, instead of holding it down, it'll switch to camera instead of video. So that's a bit of pain in the cock right there. Stupid flaw with these cameras. I hate them. They're so stupid. Anyways, so I put the valve cover back on because I wasn't recording. I took all the bolts off. I took the fill neck off. I should have left some of the bolts on, at least 2 of the bolts, top and bottom, to hold it steady. But with angry strength, I guess also can be dad strength, but I'm not a dad, so angry strength, I ripped it off, or torqued it off. So then you can take the cover, lift up, push back, wiggle it out. Gone. Alright, so I'm bringing it in here. Another reason why this thing wasn't running right, this thing is holding on by a piece of bubble gum and string. There's like a inch gap there, so that could be another reason why this wasn't running right. So while I'm in here, I'm just gonna take it off and replace it. So same thing with this one. It's brittle. It's just breaking apart. Everything's just messed on it. So F that. It literally just shattered when it hit the ground just now. So that's great. All right, there we go. Got them all back on. Took some doing, but I got it done. For all the glow plugs things, just to make sure I got them on there, I just use a needle nose and just kind of opened it up around the wire and just press down on it, and then just push them below the connector, and then slide them up, and then put that clip on. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and button all this back up, and we'll give it a crunk. Alright, so this is seriously like one of those moment of truth moments for me. And I'm pretty sure I've said it before, but I guess I'll say it again. If this thing does not motherfucking crank, I'm gonna wrap this around a telephone pole. Cheese and rice. I got the air intakes hooked back up. I don't have any more nuts in the tray or bolts, so I'm guessing I reconnected everything that I've disconnected. Batteries connected back up. I unplugged that, so I plugged that back in. I done did those. I did that. The monster cable is back. Last time I was in here, I wrapped it with more electrical tape, and then I put zip ties around that electrical tape to keep it so it doesn't chafe. It wasn't chafed, but preventative. That I'm leaving the air intake off right now, just because. Whatever. Big fingers crossed on this one, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. This is either going to be a win or a fail. Okay. That's still the blinker relay on here is still just going off like crazy. Alright, I hear the fuel pump pumping. Everything sounds copacetic. Let's give it a shot. Boy, I tell you what. Oh, yes. Yes. It's alive. Yeah, dog. See if we get a little smoke show. Little tiny one, can't really see it that great. Hell yeah, brother! Look at that. Steady as can be. Well, other than the actual shape of a beaver. Yes! Yes, a win, finally. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Alright. So it wasn't the injectors, it wasn't the stiction, it wasn't the friction, it wasn't the H-pop, it wasn't the IPR, the ICP, the DMT, the LSD. It was just these. Both sides. Driver side, passenger side. Look at how crumbly they are, man. Look at this, look. Look at that. Look how sensitive it is. They've never been changed. And with 372,000 miles. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't change those boogers out. Oh. Alright, well now I gotta take it for a rip. Let me clean up all this crap. And we're going for a ride. I'd say she's back. Not mad at it. Now I'm on my way to O'Reilly's to go get the dipstick. They said they got one in stock. Do I have my wallet on me? I do. I got my wallet on me. Yeah, they said they got one in stock for $40. I guess I pulled the old one out, which I almost lost in there. I ended up bending the tip of a pick. Got it out. Thank God. And yeah, get that replaced, and then now the only other thing is the steering wheel still likes to shimmy shake. That might have something to do with the tires or the ball joints or a lot of things, but that's a future problem. Right now she's running and running strong. So like I said, you know, thank y'all everybody for sticking with me and all the suggestions and the comments and all the input. I really appreciate it. I really do. You know, it got me thinking, you know, check all that stuff while you know, that's easier to get to. Honestly don't know how to do the pop test or the buzz test. I don't know how to do the buzz test. I don't have scanners and stuff like that, but yeah, it's just those two wiring harnesses, both sides. I'm glad I decided to pop open the other side, because I'd have been really mad if I put it all back together and it didn't work. So here we are at O'Reilly's. Gotta get my dipstick, and hopefully all will be right with the world. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. If you got some kind of entertainment out of this, or information, or you just kind of like me watching me struggle, because you know the struggle bus is real, you know, hit the subscribe, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. Again, thank you all who did leave comments. Appreciate everything. Y'all keep getting dirty out there, keep wrenching away. Appreciate it, y'all.